What's good? Back again with another reaction. There's a video. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be getting into another 1090 Jake drop, bro. You know this dude be dropping nothing but fire, y'all. Just like what I expect y'all to be smoking. You know, I expect y'all to have a rolled. Expect y'all to be lighting and sparking. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, we'll go ahead and get into this video. Basically, it's Boston Richie in federal custody after allegedly his pregnant ex-girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. I don't know what I'm gonna just say it. I don't know what y'all get off on overpowering a female. Like, that's, you get no brownie points, you get no none. I get respect goes on both ways, and I get they do push a lot of buttons. At the end of the day, I feel like you put yourself in that situation for messing with that person, knowing exactly how they are. And if you had a chance to leave and still stay with that person, they still continue the way it is, as a man, you should have just dipped, bro, because now look at the situation you're in. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to 1090 Jake, like always. The original video link in the description in case y'all want to check it out. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, with that, we're going to go ahead and get into this video. Let's check it out.
Well, Krishan and Blue
watch to the end, like, comment, subscribe, please. Appreciate it.
Face set the standard for toxic relationships.
Hard.
28-year-old Boston Richie and his 19-year-old girlfriend are following close behind. On March 31st, a criminal complaint will be filed in Harris County, Texas.
Baby, can you help me?
Houston police responded to a call at 3:30 a.m. regarding an assault with an unknown weapon at the Marriott Hotel downtown. 19-year-old Tatiana Chanel would speak with Houston police, stating between 8 and 10:30 p.m. her and her boyfriend Jalen Foster, aka Boston Richie, who've been dating roughly 1 to 2 years, were at a nightclub named Sakai for an event. That's when Richie grabbed her phone from her hands and began arguing with her, later taking her other phone.
The hell on?
Oh, give me that.
What the hell, Bert?
Give me that. Give me the other one.
That's a little young joint.
The Tatiana girl?
Hey.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie, if you're of high status of the way he was, because he dropped a banger and it went viral, you know what I'm saying, and it did numbers, bro, should have. I ain't condoning it, right? I'm not. No way, shape, or form am I condoning any of this, but bro, there's things that you need to do behind closed doors, you know what I'm saying? Just like when you have a kid and he acts bad at the store and you're like, yeah, I need to go try this shirt on, and you take him to the clothing, to the fitting room, and you know what I'm saying, a little smack on the back of the head, a little tug on the ear, like, ooh, when we get home, I'm up. You know what I'm saying? That's what Doc should have done personally. But at the end of the day, you shouldn't be putting your hands on females in general. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of you females, for the sisters and queens out there, y'all need to stop being too masculine toward these dudes, bro, because they gonna treat you the way you treat them. If you're treating them as you're trying to come to them as an independent masculine woman, you will get treated back as in the masculine way, because no one wants to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? On some real. But shout out to y'all doing your thing, though. If that's what y'all want to go after, hey, bro, I ain't trying to. This is just me. I'm just one guy with one opinion. That's all I could give. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back to the video.
Yeah, what the hell, Burton? What the hell, on?
Helion?
What the hell?
Oh.
No.
Yeah, don't record that.
Yeah.
She told officers her and Richie took 2 separate vehicles to the event, and when they arrived, she asked for her phone back from the vehicle.
Hey.
When she got out, she claimed Richie exited his vehicle and pushed her into the second row within the vehicle. He then began choking her for approximately 6 to 10 seconds and choked her approximately 20 times within 2 hours. She told officers that Richie pushed her to the floor of the vehicle twice, using his knee and body weight on her neck to stop her breathing. During the strangulation, she stated she believed she lost consciousness, felt dizzy, lightheaded, tense, weak, and she threw up twice. She told officers she felt as though she was going to die, and claimed Boston Richie told her, "If you call the police, I might as well kill you." When she tried to get out of the vehicle, Richie told her she couldn't, as 2 others sat and watched everything happen. It wasn't until a mutual friend of theirs got in and prevented him from continuing the assault that he finally stopped. Tatiana would finish her statement by telling officers she's 4 to 8 weeks pregnant and that Richie was aware. Tatiana
Why is you 4 to 8 weeks pregnant inside of a club to begin with? And if you're 19, how's you even in the club? Y'all need to look into the clubs also, bro. I ain't trying to throw no shade anywhere, bro, but y'all need to investigate that club. See, you know what I'm saying? You're letting 19-year-olds in there over some bread. What if that was your daughter, club owner? What if that was your daughter in there in another club? Yeah. Anyways, bro, that's crazy, though. 19, 4 to 8 weeks pregnant. I bet you she was drinking, too. That's crazy.
Richie choked.
I ain't trying to judge her, but that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, she probably was, or she probably wasn't. Who knows?
Her previously and provided pictures to police of her injuries.
Oh.
She'd identified Richie by his ID photo and stated she wanted to press charges.
Wow, okay.
Now, this criminal complaint would make its rounds through social media, as would photos of Tatiana's neck, and this wasn't the first time the couple had the blog's attention. Back in January, she'd post to social media saying Richie paid off her whole year of rent, consistently cleans her house, grocery shops for her, and makes her breakfast. And this comes only 3 months after Tati went viral for this picture with Lil TJ, but Richie has openly admitted to tricking and has made it a part of his
I ain't gonna lie, bro. See? Ain't no way I know a rapper's gonna pick up my girl like that without me tripping, but ain't doing no tricking until she trick on me first this time. What, bro?
persona to pay for love, and it's believed he does so to cater to his female fans. But if we rewind back to January of 2024, that's where things get weird.
Let's see.
Tatiana would post pictures with the last slide showing a cake that read legal. Rumors had previously come out stating Boston Richie was dating a minor, and this post would seemingly confirm she just turned 18. As the blog started
Being 27, 26, being above 23 years old, if you're 23 and older, if you're 21, if you're 20 and older, dating someone under the age of 18, bro, I get you're close in age, but wait that last year, because that's disgusting. I ain't gonna lie. As an older individual, bro, you shouldn't be 20, 21. If you're like 20, 21, still going to high school parties, you need to reevaluate. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
going against Richie.
A lot of y'all need to check your homies, bro, that be dating the youngins like that, because that shit wouldn't fly, bro. I'm just
going
saying.
as far as showing old story posts of Tati from when she would have been 17.
Look at that.
Richie would respond to the accusation of Tati.
Bruh. So she's using that as...
When she would have been 17, Richie would respond to the accusations.
It's my bro, she 18. This girl 23. You gonna say what up?
Hey y'all.
Hey y'all, are you still beefing?
Look.
Motherfucker hard. You still beefing? You beefing? I know.
No.
Okay. Check your ass up online.
Now Richie would claim
That's
she
crazy.
wasn't 18, but in fact 23. Later in November of 2024, during an interview with Bootleg Kev, when asked about dating an 18-year-old, Richie would confirm it happened.
Help me understand. I'm not all the way hip to all the gossip of your personal life.
Right.
But you were dating like an 18-year-old chick, right?
Yeah.
You guys broke up.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the big deal? You're a kid. You're like 23 years old, right?
Nah.
How old are you?
I don't know. It really wasn't no big deal. It's just motherfuckers.
But people were like making a big deal that you're dating an 18-year-old.
Yeah. But it really wasn't nothing like.
But how old are you?
27.
I mean, you know, fuck.
But let's be clear and be fair. No criminal investigation has gone public at any time, and no proof of Richie doing anything with a minor has been brought up or used against him.
So it's all alleged, you know what I'm saying?
Even
Okay.
by Tatiana.
What I say still remains, though. If you 20, 21, still going to high school parties and dating high schoolers, right? Yeah. If you're that age and older, bro, 20 and older.
These are all just examples of a relationship going viral for all of the wrong reasons.
Nah, for
and it
real.
gets worse. Because of the incident in Houston, Boston Richie was charged with felony assault by impeding breathing.
Oh.
A third-degree felony,
that?
under Texas law, this charge alone can carry 2 to 10 years in state prison. But it still gets worse. Back in 2023, Boston Richie was indicted by the feds on charges of distributing more than 100 kilos of marijuana, possessing 12 firearms, including a Glock with a switch, and possessing those firearms in furtherance of drug trafficking. From now until then, Richie has been out on pretrial release.
Hey, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hopefully he beat the cases. That's all I can say.
The federal
That's
version
crazy.
of bond.
Right.
And a major stipulation of that pretrial release was obviously not getting arrested. On April 14th, federal prosecutors would file an order revoking release, stating Richie violated his release conditions. He was required to refrain from committing any new offenses, reside in his approved residence, and not travel beyond the Northern District of Florida unless he obtained permission. On the day of the assault, Richie did not have any shows booked and was not approved to be out of state. So not only did he violate by leaving without permission, he caught a new felony by strangling his pregnant girlfriend. A federal warrant for arrest was issued on April 8th, and according to the order revoking release, U.S. Marshals attempted to track Richie's tour dates, which indicated he should have been in Vegas on April 12th, but he was a no-show. Marshals were unable to locate him for a week before he finally surrendered himself to the feds. Federal prosecutors are now going to use all of this as reasoning to why Boston Richie should not.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. You might be in for a while. Like, we talking. You didn't have permission. You had no shows booked, and you were out of state without permission to travel anything farther than the Northern District of Florida. And you got these new assault charges. That's
not be granted another pretrial release until he goes to trial for his current Fed case. This would put a pause on all shows and his ability to earn more money by performing to fight the case. Now, in Richie's defense, QC Media would post alleged screenshots claiming Tatiana was willing to drop the lawsuit if he pays her $100,000. Allegedly, she'd say the warrant was already out, but she won't testify, press charges, or continue to cooperate as long as the wire is received. She then allegedly claimed the state of Texas will drop the charge.
Hey, ain't that extortion technically, right? Legally, he could counter sue, and that's extortion.
If she
Just giving them some game, you know what I'm saying? I think I'd have your lawyer look into that, bro, because that could be extortion, because now you're requesting a certain amount of funding to, you know what I mean, bro? I am not a lawyer, so I don't know how to word it, but you know what I mean.
Doesn't plan on testifying.
Crazy.
Comments under the post would go crazy as someone
there it is, see?
Boston Richie
that's what I was saying.
Teenager, along with saying it's witness tampering, which is interesting. Nobody knows if the texts were actually heard, but if it was and Richie posted them, it poses the question: could she be charged with extortion, or could he be charged with an additional felony for trying to bribe a witness? It's just an added twist to an already spiraling relationship. If kept within federal custody, Boston Richie will miss the birth of his child with Tatiana if she's actually pregnant. But we'll just have to wait and see how this case progresses. Now, just to touch on that last bit of information,
that's crazy.
Her saying she'll drop the lawsuit. This isn't a lawsuit. This is a criminal case. He's not getting sued. He has charges filed against him based off of her statement and the evidence that she gave, which includes the statement as well as photographs and then the video.
So she can't redact none of that, I think, right? That's it. What she said, that's it. They can still use that evidence too. So regardless of what she says, Dog is out of that's it for Dog, I think, bro. That's crazy.
Video of him snatching the phone. There's no video evidence of the strangulation or anything like that, right?
True.
But when you blatantly have someone saying, yeah, this is what happened, it doesn't look good. And I don't know if she realized it or not, but because she made these statements and he was charged,
I ain't gonna lie, Jake. My bad, bro. You got a little booger right there, you know what I'm saying? I can't stop staring at it.
Back in the feds because he was on pretrial release. He wasn't supposed to be in Houston, Texas.
Right.
And then, he caught a new felony case.
Yeah.
So there's a good chance they're going to try to keep him in the feds until his case is concluded, which could take however long. And because it's a Fed case, it could also come with prison time, right? Because NBA YoungBoy is one of the very few people we know that's caught a Fed case and walked away with a super light sentence versus Pooh Shiesty, I believe, got like 5 years or more just for being a felon in possession of a firearm.
He just got out
They're
too, I
saying
think.
Richie possessed 12 firearms, possessed them in furtherance of drug trafficking, and, you know, was allegedly pushing over 100 keys of marijuana. So, you know, if Richie ends up getting 5 or more years, that means he'll be gone from now until then, until his release date. That's the move that she made, you know, filing this report. And if she's getting strangled, you can't really hold that against her, right? She's only 19 years old.
That's what I'm saying.
And I mean,
she ain't got
that
no
in
street
itself
code.
is another conversation because there's no evidence that he did anything crazy. Apparently, Tatiana's mom was like, why are y'all worried about my daughter? She's doing fine, when she was only 17. I don't know. It is what it is, right?
But you know what I'm saying, that strangulation though, like, yeah, you can't blame her. She owes no loyalty to the street. She shouldn't hold no street code. She's just a civilian dating a rich rapper, you know what I'm saying? Dog happened to do what he did, so like, just like 1090 Jake said, bro, you really can't blame her, you know what I'm saying? But bro should have realized who he was dealing with a while back, or it could have just been one slip up and then that was that. But I'm thinking that you can't really redact all that because there's evidence already that she gave, and they're gonna use that to throw the book at him, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. But anyways, I know y'all are lit already. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments below. Again, original video link in the description. Like, comment, subscribe. Comment below. Say something. Say what's up. You know what I'm saying? And with that, gang, I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go.